Patty Mills. Patty Mills has something to say. He had something to say. This is the other night before the Atlanta Hawks game. Let's see what he had to say. I actually didn't actually. Okay, I was like, what the heck was that? That was my dishwasher. All right, let's listen.
It feels like this place is in a good place for the growth and the future of the San Antonio Spurs. So you can only, imagine the amount of detailed work that is going into him on the floor for him to develop his game in the ways that, he can. And it's going to be another exciting person to watch, how his game develops. And hopefully there'll be, more banners hanging up in the rafters because of him. But, looking up that 2014 one, knowing that's almost 10 years ago since that one went up, I think it's due for another one from him.
Does Patty miss the Spurs? I mean, because right now the only dose that he has of the San Antonio Spurs that's left is DeJounte Murray, and I think most people agree that DeJounte Murray wasn't really like an idealistic Spur. Is that the right word? You know what I'm trying to say. I don't know. I'm sleepy tonight. Yeah, he's not necessarily like a Spur. Yeah, and even after he left, he was like, yeah, screw the Spurs. But he's back and forth on that. Okay, so let me go ahead and say this. So first and foremost, all these people, and it's getting exhausting. You know what's more exhausting than the losses? Dealing with San Antonio Spurs fans during losses. I mean, it is insane. I mean, we already have to deal with haters, right? Like Rockets fans are kind of crazy. And now we got Spurs fans even being like as pessimistic as humanly possible. And I just find it so strange because we're literally an organization. Like, it doesn't get better than the Spurs organization, the Spurs structure. It just doesn't get better than that. And I don't necessarily take that for granted because I sit back and I'm like, yeah, while the Spurs aren't winning and it's terrible and it sucks and it's miserable and oh my God. But at the same time, you look at somebody like the Pistons or a team like the Pistons, they're nowhere near as bad as what we're seeing with the Spurs. And it's not just win or loss. It's not just that. Like when people say, I don't see a vision for the San Antonio Spurs. What are you expecting right now? Over the past years, the Spurs have been really drafting based on potential. Like you got guys that can kind of just fit into any system, right? You get Devin Vassell, he can fit into any system. You get Jeremy Sohan, he can fit in any system. Like those are the type of guys that they've been getting. And then potential guys like Blake Wesley, Malachi Branham. Like this is how they've been drafting. And it makes sense for you to do that, especially since you didn't have your concrete superstar yet. And no matter who your superstar would end up being, those type of guys would be able to fit with that player. Like I truly do believe that Sohan and Devin Vassell have fit in perfectly with Wemby. But then you get Wemby, you tank one season, you get Wemby. Wemby hasn't even figured out his game yet. How do you necessarily concretely build around a guy that hasn't figured out his game yet? He's 19. That's going to come with time. But it's just so strange to me because you look over at the Detroit Pistons, that really is a team that has no vision. Like it's no structure. The players are pointing fingers at each other. It's terrible over there. It's absolutely terrible. And I really feel for Detroit Pistons fans because it got to be really difficult to deal with that, with what's going on over there. But with that being said as well, like don't get me wrong, if some years went by, just say 3 years, and the Spurs decided, because this is the equivalent of what the Detroit Pistons did. If the Spurs decided, you know what, we're going to get us another 7-foot guy that can, shoot the ball. You know what? We're going to get another 7-foot guy that can play some defense. You know what? Let's draft another 7-foot guy. We would sit there like, what do you do? What are we going to? And then they just said, all right, Wemby, make something happen. Wemby would be like, what? Very similar to what's going on with Cade Cunningham. He's just like, what do you want me to do with this? I don't, it's just too many of one thing on this team. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. But that's not the problem with the Spurs, man. I think that we're going in a really fine direction. Losses suck. They do. Tis what it is. But I mean, obviously we need more talent. Obviously we need to keep developing guys. Obviously, Wemby's going to have to figure out some things, as far as his game, but he's only 19. Just give it some time. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I don't think it's as dire as people make it out to be. It just tis what it is. Cade on bust watch. I don't know if it's so much that Cade is a bust or his team is just, he can't really work with it. He doesn't have shooters. I don't know what he's supposed to do, honestly. I don't know what he's supposed to do. But yeah, patience, my friends. Exactly, Gregory. Patience. I saw something from, gosh, I should have liked it. Oh God. I want to finish this video on something that I found funny. Hold on. Let's see. Gosh, where is it? If I can't find it, I apologize. But it was Patty Mills. And someone said something along the lines of Patty Mills really does miss the Spurs. I don't think I'll be able to find it. Oh, wait, no, this is it. Yeah, this is it. They said Patty Mills been staring at the Spurs bench this entire game. Yeah, he wants to be a Spur again. I'm only making the assumption, but I'm pretty sure he would rather be with the Spurs right now than the Atlanta Hawks. That's just me. That's just how I feel. I would love to have Patty Mills back, but right now it's cool. Let Trey Jones come into that role, and I think eventually he'll be our really nice backup point guard. But any thoughts, guys? Any thoughts about what our boy Patty Mills said? How you gonna cry dead weight? The amount of bricks I could build a house from his teammates. His assists would be higher if they could shoot more consistent. Wait, Ruru, who are you talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah, exactly. DB. Detroit's development is really bad. It is. And we're not the Detroit Pistons. I think that's something that you can at least take some pride in. Is it a low bar? Sure, it's a low bar, but we're not there. All right. We have a light at the end of the tunnel. And I feel like a lot of people that come out and say, oh my goodness, what direction are we going and what are we even doing? And then the condescending, I guess we're going to tank again for another guy. It's like, are you not happy that we got Wemby, or like what? Like now we're crapping on the concept of tanking again? Like, are we not happy that Wemby's here? Or very strange behavior. Very strange behavior. Now let me tell you guys something, okay? I do want to tell you about something. Where the heck is my stuff? Here it is. All right, let me tell you guys something, okay? Let me tell you about a nice little app, because I'm going to do a giveaway. All right, I'm doing a giveaway, and I'm going to give away at the mid-December, okay? We're going to do a live stream. We're going to do a giveaway. What is it that we're giving away? We're giving away $200 tickets, okay? $200 tickets to any San Antonio Spurs game that you want. $200 value. All you have to do is download Mojo. Download the Mojo Fantasy app. Link in my description. If you're wondering what Mojo is, well, friends, Mojo is a crazy new app that turns sportsbooks odds and selections into fantasy contests. Now, what does that mean? Well, you're basically used to a lot of NFL, MLB player props, NBA props even. But what this actually does is you will take players based on their stock price. So there's this whole stock market that's going on within the app. It's kind of crazy. And you can sell and buy players mid-game. So it's a little bit of a twist on the whole fantasy idea, but it's really cool. It's really dope. Just check it out. All you have to do is sign up Mojo Fantasy and you will get $100 or 100% deposit match up to $100. Sorry about that. You won't just get $100. I apologize. But yeah, just use the code Spurs Clan, link in the description. And once you download that, once you sign up, just send me a message. Say, Clan, I signed up. You can send me a message on Twitter. You can send me a message on Instagram and just say, hey, I signed up for this. What now? And I'm like, hey, play, but also you're entering the giveaway. All right, $200 worth of Spurs tickets. So go check it out. Mojo, great stuff, wonderful stuff. And big shout out to them and for partnering with me in this channel means the world to me. And if you support Mojo, you're supporting me. So yeah, guys, go check out Mojo Fantasy. Real talk.